We're going to look now at Book 1, Chapter 1, lines 12 through 23. So we're starting the sentence here with a relative pronoun, which is the way the Romans like to do it. It's not so much the way we like to do it. So in Latin, it's from which cause? Well, we don't know what cause yet. We wouldn't start a sentence with which, so we might say from this cause. Now, again, we don't know what cause we're talking about, but that is how it starts. So from this cause, the Helvetii, and then praecadunt, surpass, or also surpass, the rest of the Gauls in, and now virtute here, we're going to say that virtute, even though the easiest translation is virtue, they didn't really mean it to mean, or Caesar didn't mean it to mean virtue. He meant it to mean manliness from that we're here. Okay, so let's repeat that again. From which cause, or from this cause, still don't know what cause it is, from this cause, the Helvetii also surpass the rest of the Gauls in manliness. Now, we were just talking in the sentence before about how one tribe was more savage because they were fighting all the time. And so that's what we have going on here. Okay, so now we're going to find out what the cause was. Because they contend in almost daily battles with the Germans. So that's why they're so manly. Because they contend in almost daily battles with the Germans. Now, cum here, not with, whenever, either, they keep them. So who are the they and the them? Eos is the third person pronoun, so it's not referring to the subject. The subject is the Helvetii. Whenever they keep them, the Germans, from their own, the Helvetians, borders. So they're fighting with the Germans almost daily. Whenever they keep them from their own borders, so it's an either or, whenever either they keep them from their own borders, or they themselves, the Helvetii, wage war on their, that's the third person, so their meaning the Germans' borders. So whenever either they keep them, the Germans, from their own borders, or they themselves wage war on their borders. Okay, so now we'll look at our first question. Nope, not that one. Okay, so here's our question. I would like you to tell me what is the case and reason for the case of virtute up here, right here. What's the case and reason for the case of virtute? Okay. All right, so now we'll go on from here. So one part of theirs, now what they're talking about here is we're talking about the different regions. So one part of theirs, or the Gauls, their one part, which, now the antecedent of quam is pars, which, and now kind of strange here, which has been said. So this kind of strange way of talking about it. So who's saying it? We don't know. Which, it's passive. Which has been said, and then we have an indirect statement. You see the accusative and the infinitive. Which has been said that the Gauls occupy. Okay, so we'll do that again. So one part of maybe these, one part of these, which it is said that the Gauls occupy. It's actually a little, not quite that, because if you look at dictum est, it's quam is not really the subject of that, because this is it is said that which the Gauls occupy. So quam is really the object of obtenere. So it is said that which the Gauls occupy, but that doesn't make any sense in English. So we would say, one part of these, which it has been said that the Gauls occupy. So I know that grammar is really kind of weird there, but that's what's going on. So now we're going to describe this part. We've got this geography going on that's really kind of bizarre. Takes its beginning from the river Rhone. That's the modern day Rhone River. It's the Rhodanus in Latin, which takes its beginning from the Rhodanus River. So that's where it starts. It takes its beginning from the Rhodanus River. It is bounded by the Garumna River. That's the Garonne. So it is bounded by the Garumna River. Okay, now we have a little asyndeton here, no conjunction here. We have another boundary. So it's bounded by the Garumna River, ablative here, by the ocean, and here we're talking about the Atlantic Ocean, so by the ocean, and then we might throw an and in there in English, and the boundaries of the Belgae. Okay, so we're giving the borders of one of the regions. Now we're going to give some more borders. It also extends from the Sequani. So now we're talking about some people here from the Sequani and the Helvetii. So we're talking again. We're describing the borders. So it extends also from the Sequani and the Helvetii. These people to. Now notice the to is understood here. We have an accusative. Usually accusative of place to which. So it also extends from the Sequani and the Helvetii to the Rhenus River, that's the modern day Rhine. And then we can say it stretches toward the north. You might not want to use stretches because that kind of sounds funny. It is maybe you want to say situated to the north, but stretches towards the north. So it's describing where it is. So just going over all of it, one part of these, which it is said that the Gauls occupy, takes its beginning from the Rhodanus River. It is, how did I do that before? It is bounded, maybe did I use bounded, I don't remember. It is bounded by the Garumna River, by the ocean, by the boundaries of the Belgian. It extends also from the Sequani and the Helvetii to the Rhenus River. It stretches to the north. All right, so now let's look at the next part. So we've got some more geography here. Okay, now we're going to talk about where the Belgians are. So the Belgae arise, that's from the verb orior, so arise. So it's saying where they begin, where they start, where their territory starts. So the Belgae arise from the extreme boundaries of Gaul. So now we're talking about where the Belgae are. The Belgae rise from the extreme boundaries of Gaul. They extend to the lower part of the Rhenus River. So that's a genitive, the lower part of the Rhenus River. That's a comparative adjective there. And then we have they look. Rather than saying they look, you might say they situated, but literally they look. They look toward the north and the rising sun. Well, what direction is the rising sun? The east. So that's the way the Romans would often refer to the east, rising sun, or the west, the setting sun. Okay, so now we know where the Belgae are. Repeating that again, they look to the north and the rising sun. Now we'll talk about Aquitania. So Aquitania, where does it come from? Well, it extends from the Garumna River to the Pyrenees Mountains, and that part of the ocean, well, what part of the ocean? We have this relative clause here, that part of the ocean which is near Spain. So here we'll translate ad as near, which is near Spain. So the Aquitania, go all the way here, extends from the Garumna River to the Pyrenees Mountains and to that part of the ocean which is near Spain. And what direction do they go? What direction does the land go? They look toward the setting sun and the North Star. So that's really what Septentriones is the North Star. So they look towards the setting sun and the North Star. In other words, it stretches, it looks towards the northwest because that's north and that's west. So altogether, Aquitania extends from the Garumna River to the Pyrenees Mountains and that part of the ocean which is near Spain. It looks between the setting sun and the North Star. Okay, so here's your second question of the day. Try again. Second section of the day. What is the form of Orientum? So in other words, just tell me everything you can about this word. Anything you can tell me about that word, tell me its form. All right, that's it.